Right, ladies and gentlemen. First question is, how are we after this appalling result? Did anyone call an ambulance back at home? I don't usually go live as well as the match reaction. I do not, as you can probably see, I don't usually go live. After the match reaction, I stop about thinking the match which already happened. But the match against Juventus needs to be talked about further and further and further. Because I really can't stress enough how much 20 minutes of one single match have now completely changed the entire dynamics of one season, and just how much they changed the mood. Going around, around Trigoria right now, around Mourinho, around the players, because as you can read, I deliberately chose to keep Mourinho's quote in Italian and not translate it in English, because in the post-interview he said "Siamo nella merda," which means we are in the most shittiest chaos, ever. So I deliberately chose to keep it in Italian just to let you guys aware of the feelings the manager has, and the powerful, how much this defeat has changed Roma, because I believe there's a limit to everything, and I can't stress, there needs to be a limit for everything in life. And unfortunately, what we saw against Juventus was out of our boundaries. I genuinely think if me and my school friends, or me and all of us in this live stream right now, would have taken place, would have played that match after the 3-1, we would not have lost 4-3. And it's something incredible to think about, because these players earn millions and millions of money and still can't get the most important basic knowledge of football, which is that one match lasts 90 minutes, not 70 minutes, not 30 minutes, not 24 hours. One match lasts 90 minutes, and you need to fight in that football pitch until the referee blows the whistle 3 times. There's no space. Even if you're 3-1 up, even if you're 7-1 up, even if you're 10-1 up, there is no space for these players to start going, okay, I won the match. Let me sit back. Let me drink a couple of Starbucks coffees. Maybe we'll give them a go, just to equalize. No, there is no space for it. It's appalling how much these players earn, and they make mistakes, which, as I repeat, us in this live stream could have probably, done better. So, Mourinho did say exactly that. In fact, this live stream is not a match reaction. If you're interested in the match reaction, there was one yesterday. This live stream is all about the reaction of the players and Mourinho and the entire club after yesterday's defeat and what's going on around Trigoria. Now, so, where do we start? I want to start by analyzing Mourinho's post-match interview, because he started saying that we played well for 70 minutes, then psychologically we got destroyed, psychologically we dropped, and we lost, and he concluded his post-match interview, saying that, exactly that, which, as I said before, I deliberately chose to leave it in Italian, because you can actually, feel the powerfulness of that. I think it's a match which we've absolutely bottled. And it's a match which, now that we've bottled the entire season. And it's tough to believe, but the Serie A is over. Now, luckily for us, Fiorentina are losing 3-0 against Torino right now. Luckily for us, because now, Champions League is done. The objectives right now are the Europa Conference League and to try and get in a Europa League in case we don't win the Europa Conference League. Now, the big fight between a Europa League contender spot is Juventus, which I think with the win yesterday are now through, Fiorentina, Lazio, and AS Roma. Lazio and Fiorentina and Roma this season Fiorentina have been great for the club they are, but Lazio and Roma have been appalling. And this is where the derby, Roma against Lazio in March, will play a big part. And it will be a very important match. Because now, as I repeat, the big fight is no longer between us and Atalanta, us and Napoli, us and Juventus. It's between us and our biggest rivals, Lazio. You know, it's a match which we bottled. And I can't figure out, you know, how you can how can you perform in such a way? Because the mentality dropped. Now, I think it would be wrong to 100% blame just the players and not give, you know, a percentage of blame for Mourinho as well. Because let's be honest with you, yes, 70% of the blame is for the players because they dropped mentality, but I do think that 30% of the blame, you know, it's on Mourinho. Because, you know, he said it himself and he admitted it in his own post-match interview that removing Felix and putting in Shomurodov was the killer of the game. So it's not just me saying Mourinho used to take the blame. It's him actually, you know, understanding and admitting that, you know, he's got some responsibilities in this as well. You know, I understand that this team is not good enough, but, you know, we need better performances, and there is no more space. And I'm done because no more space. Season is over. Basically, there is no more space for these kind of errors. And now, basically, the match on Sunday against Cagliari is useless in a way. It's useless because, you know, it's another very tough match because they're fighting for relegation. So they're gonna close themselves down, and it's gonna be an insane identical match to Sampdoria. So no match is easy. No match is easy, and that's primary knowledge. But it's just ridiculous. Mourinho said all those things in the post interview, and the players obviously reacted to this as well. A few players did, you know, react to this on their social media. Tammy, for example, you know what? The only positive note from tomorrow's match is Tammy, because I think Tammy's grinding more and more and more. But you know, for example, Tammy Abraham posted this on his Instagram. Wait, let me just put it on. He posted that. If you can see, we must continue to fight. Ainsley Maitland-Niles posted. Oh, Siri, shut up. Whoever called you. Ainsley Maitland-Niles posted a post on Instagram saying, you know, it's gutting for the fans. We will fight back and we will demonstrate how fantastic this club is. Pellegrini himself in the post interview Pellegrini had a very wobbly match, extremely wobbly match, because 1 second you've become Pirlo with that free kick, and then you miss that penalty, which, rewatching that penalty, Szczesny fell on the floor 10 seconds before Pellegrini kicked the ball, and Pellegrini managed to kick it on Szczesny. That penalty was absolutely ridiculous. Inside Trigoria, the players are sorry. They should be sorry. Mourinho is sorry. Because I think the fans, need more and respect more and just deserve more in general. So, will this mean that from this match will obviously be a lesson. And, we kind of need to expect a reaction. A reaction is key. We need a reaction from this. Because, if we play bad, if we don't get points against Cagliari, then it's just more chaos, and more chaos. Obviously, this match will have bad reputations as well, because the fans will be traumatized now every time they step up on the pitch to have deja vus of this match. But, I've been receiving a lot of DMs asking what the situation is like in Italy with all the, Sky Sports and everything about Mourinho being sacked. to be honest with you, Mourinho is nowhere near getting sacked, you know? It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in 16 years of my life, and I will admit it. But if, you know, this links back to whatever he said as soon as he came, which is time. Are we giving him time? No. Him and, the entire team aren't performing well. In fact, if you compare him to Fonseca last year, we're like 8 points backwards. The season has been absolutely shit. But if Mourinho asks for time, he means it. So why would we speak about sacking Mourinho when one of the first things he said was, I need time. I need players. And this is exactly why, after this defeat, it wasn't only a reaction between the manager and the players. It was a big, possibly one of the greatest reactions came from Thiago Pinto. Because Sergio Oliveira is now a done deal. Sergio Oliveira is landing in Rome tomorrow, signing his contract, which makes him ready to start on Sunday against Cagliari. Start Oliveira on Sunday, just like you started Maitland-Niles on yesterday. Maitland-Niles, okay, might not have been the best, but for a player who came 2 days ago, immense pressure. How can you criticize him? And I've seen so many comments against Maitland-Niles already. It's just ridiculous. How can you blame a player who basically came to Rome 2 days before that match and became a new Roma player 1 day, less than 24 hours before the match? Maitland-Niles was one of the man of the matches for Roma, if there were any. I want to see Sergio Oliveira starting on Sunday. Veretout, and I don't like to say this, should be dropped. Every single time we're conceding now, it's linked to Veretout. There's a problem. The first goal, where was Veretout? How can you possibly leave Dybala alone when he has one of the best, left foot out there? Veretout is having a very bad season. Extremely bad season. He's not fit. And Sergio Oliveira will replace him and should replace him, in my opinion. Obviously, will it be Cristante or Veretout who will replace? I'm not sure. But one of these two should definitely be replaced. Sergio Oliveira, obviously, will be our penalty taker because it feels like we don't score penalties since 20 years ago. He's landing tomorrow in Rome. He's having his medics done tomorrow, and he should sign his contract in the next couple of days, which does make him ready for the match. And trust me, the Portuguese bond with Mourinho, he will start him. Now, obviously, Thiago Pinto, should consider about selling players as well. And I do think, there are a few players which need to be sold. But the question is, after this match, is it enough to just buy Maitland-Niles and Oliveira? The answer is no. Because Ainsley Maitland-Niles will give you a sort of, rotation with Karsdorp. Sergio Oliveira can give you a rotation with Veretout and Cristante. But there are other positions which we need to prioritize as well. The defense yesterday was in shambles. Why the hell is Ibanez now making literally one mistake a day? Ibanez is just in a moron state of mind. Lately, every time Ibanez play, he just bottles it. So, we need other players. And I do think Sergio Oliveira and Maitland-Niles is not enough. And I know we don't have enough money. I know we're not a rich club. But we need other players. We need a defender. So, where was Zaniolo and El Shaarawy? Zaniolo's got COVID, I think. And El Shaarawy had a muscle problem. Which, plus we've got such a problem with injuries here at Roma. It's incredible. So, the reaction is not great. Torino losing 4-0, by the way. Right now, just to give you a state of our... Lazio lost, obviously, yesterday. Lazio, 8th, 32 points. Roma, 7th, 32 points. Fiorentina, 6th, 32 points. But they're missing one match, which got called off for COVID. Juventus is 6 points from us. And Atalanta, then obviously the Champions League zone, but forget the Champions League. The Champions League zone is now 9 points away from us. Champions League is done. We've had our chances. We've bottled it twice. How can you think about the Champions League? And to be honest with you, we don't deserve a Champions League spot. So, the Europa League is already much if we get 5th. But 5th, obviously, Juventus now is 6 points ahead. So it's going to be tough. It's a big fight between Roma, Fiorentina, and Lazio for the 6th place. And obviously, if Roma were to win the Europa Conference League, which right now after this defeat looks absolutely impossible, they would get directly in a Europa League. And I do think a winning Roma in the Europa Conference League, which sounds absolutely insane right now, would save this season. Because, God, it's been tough. It's extremely bad. But the reaction is this. Many post interviews, Pellegrini, Mourinho, they're all taking the blame. They're all, they all need a reaction. What Mourinho is asking now, what the players are asking now is a reaction. Because we can't allow ourselves to lose more points. And I mean with big clubs, with small clubs. 2 out of all our 2 out of all our top matches have gone. We've bottled 2 of them. It's hard to think that we only won 1 big match. It's insane. There's a massive problem over here with big matches. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me read a few comments. But the reaction is this. Nothing more to say. Right, let me go. We should have won. All that attacking effort wasted after 70 minutes of hard work. Yep. We don't even have a good enough team to be in a Champions League spot. Oh, definitely we don't. You need a squad, not just a starting 11 to be in a top 4 position. And this is why we need other players. Because look at the bench yesterday. Is Shomurodov our only substitution? I don't have anything against Shomurodov, but Shomurodov is shit. It's absolutely dreadful. And the fact that Shomurodov is the best substitution out there is seriously alarming. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but can everyone in the chat agree that Ibanez, Mancini, and Smalling have been good for this Roma, but moving forward, none of them are good for a UCL Roma? Luis Felipe good? I don't care about him. I don't think he's that good, to be honest. I rewatched the game and Ainsley is definitely responsible for 2 of those goals, but I can't blame him too much considering he signed and played 24 hours. No, we can't blame him. I mean, even if he were to miss the last penalty, to score an own goal, we can't blame Maitland-Niles. We can't. Smalling was to blame in the last goal. Verito and Cristante were to blame for the first goal. And yeah, I mean, the defense in general to blame for the last 2 goals. Smalling, not a great match at all yesterday. Rudiger, we wish Rudiger would be our 2022 Christmas gift. Love how people blame Jose for this. He excited the perfect thing plan for 70 minutes, but the player's mentality completely crumbled after the second goal. It shows how bad the mentality is. Mickey for Lingard and Vertu for Loftus-Cheek. Zaniolo had COVID. 4-2-3-1 is perfect Mourinho system. I do think Tammy though that deserves some assistance up there, and I think lately that he's playing with 2 strikers, Tammy's grinding more and more. I don't have anything against Shuma, but he's shit. No, mate. I mean, seriously, I don't hate him, but he's not good enough. He's literally not good enough. So it's just a reality. And the fact that Shomurodov is Mourinho's only option, because now, we've seen Mourinho substituting him always. Shomurodov is one of those players which will get substituted in and change the match 10% of the time. And the only match he changed was when I was at the stadium against Sampdoria. He will never ever score again this season. He's just strike. I don't think we need a striker right now, to be honest with you. We've got Tammy. Tammy's the only positive note. He's grinding more and more. 2nd consecutive goal. He's grinding, and I think he was man of the match for Roma yesterday. Do you think if you had Mancini in defense, do you think you win? No. I mean, probably would have maybe not 4-3, but some goals, maybe it would have ended 3-3. He plays in the front two normally, with him being slightly behind the traditional number 9. He was soft yesterday, and it is okay to criticize players. Mancini and Ibanez are good for third and fourth choices centre back. Mancini and Ibanez aren't that bad, but lately they're bottling everything. Ibanez especially, as I said before, is just in an absolute... I don't know what he ate for Christmas. I don't know where he's been for Christmas. But God, Ibanez is bottling everything. He feels like way more nervous every time he steps on the pitch. When is Spinazzola back? It's a very important question, because, we need him ASAP. I assume by the start of February. But once again, don't mark my words on that. I agree with you about Shomurodov. Would you take Pedro back? No. Viña is so poor, always our left flank suffers. When is Spinazzola coming back? Or the answer to that, you think it's because Borca has a shitty attitude. I think Borca Mayoral is better than Shomurodov. I genuinely think that. And I can't understand why Shomurodov is always Mourinho's primary option. It's just not good enough. So, what to get out of this is easy. It's very easy. Match is gone. We've bottled the season. Now what we need to think about is the big fight now is to try and get 5th. But Juventus won our match against us, so it's between the 5th and 6th. And to be honest with you, the fact that we don't win big matches, the fact that we lose points against small clubs, if we arrive 5th, I would take it as a pass, to be honest with you, because this team deserves an 8th position. So getting in a Europa League automatically is great. Obviously, if we win the Europa Conference League, it would save this season. It would save, it would save everything, because it's still a UEFA competition to win. And I don't care if people say weak clubs are in it, Leicester are in it, and very dangerous clubs are in it. So if we win it, it would save our season, and it would be massive. And plus, Roma will get back winning something. But once again, mentality needs to be in the Europa Conference League as well. So... where do you think Sergio will play? I think he'll replace either Verratti or Cristante, because lately they've not been good enough. Lads and lasses, bad match. We've bottled everything. Reaction was bad. It was sad seeing all the players, Mourinho saying exactly that, which I deliberately chose to not translate, because I don't want it, because you guys need to feel what Mourinho's what it's going on in his mind and everything. So we've got Kyrie on Sunday, which now that we've lost against Juventus, it's kind of a useless match. But obviously, if we lose again, then the fans will start, to protest, because as I said before, the fans deserve more. Lads and lasses, if you're new here, please subscribe. Sergio Oliveira will be tomorrow. Will arrive in Rome, and will go on, undergo his medics, and he'll sign his contract. So tomorrow it's the Sergio Oliveira day. So come back to know about that. And subscribe if you're new. Like this live stream as soon as it becomes a video. Comment in the comments of the video what you feel. What you feel. Just the feelings after 24 hours the match. Let me know if you called an ambulance or anything, because I was about to. I'll catch you tomorrow. Simon, out.